What's going on, y'all? It's your boy June Archer here. The Winner Circle on thisis50.com. My guest, Stormi Maya, actress extraordinaire. Keep it locked right here. You're going to want to hear what she has to say. I promise you that. Be right back. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy June Archer here. This is 50, the Winner Circle, here with my guest, Stormi Maya, actress, artist,
Hi, how are
stylist, just everything. Like, she's a woman about everything. Stormi, welcome to the show. How you doing today?
Thank you for having me, June.
Thank you for being here. I've been watching everything that you've been doing, seeing you kind of went viral at Curl Fest with what you were doing, how you going about things. How did you enjoy the Curl Fest?
It was my first time ever going, and I went with my best friends, and I really liked it. It was really refreshing because I didn't even know that many women embrace natural hair or textures within the city. I was like, oh, where do these curls come from? Because when I walk down the street, I never see it, so it was confusing to see like 300 people that had it. But I really enjoyed it. It was a big sisterhood, so it was very positive. A lot of women of color coming together. Nobody was tearing each other down. And whether you were very sexual or very modest or whatever you were accepted. So I liked it. It was just like women coming together, and there were a couple guys there. But
I was there.
It was mostly.
Yeah, it was. The energy was amazing. The energy was amazing.
It was really nice.
So it was dope. Now, as an actress, you've been doing this for some time now. From Philly, you got some ties to Boston. How did you come to New York to try to follow your dreams?
Well, I moved to New York as a teenager from Boston. I was staying in Boston at the time. I was just getting out the foster care system out there, and so I went straight to the Bronx, and I've been there ever since. And at first, it just was like an escape, so I really kind of cut my ties with Philadelphia or with Boston just because of the hurt that's related to it. So New York to me is like my rebirth. Like, this is me. Like, this is where the only place I've ever been able to be myself.
That's
and
awesome.
Yeah, express myself. So I really just represent the Bronx and New York, and everything represents to me.
When did you start feeling like, you know what, this acting thing is for me? Like, at what age did the bug bite you?
So I started doing theater when I was in middle school, and throughout high school I also did theater and drama. But I didn't start doing it professionally till I was 20. I'm 23 now. And I had, from age 16 to age like 20, I had just focused on modeling. But I thought like that's what I wanted. Like, I want to be a model, I want to do this and that. And I worked for Playboy, and I did all this modeling stuff. And then I realized it was kind of a dead end, and that I wanted more for myself. And that as an artist, I had so much more to show.
Right.
And that's why I was like, you know what? Let me get into acting. But the thing was, I always wanted to, but I thought I wasn't good enough for it. I was like, I'm not good.
You weren't good, or you weren't good enough? I feel like it could go either way.
At the time, before I got into acting professionally, I literally just didn't think that I was good enough for it. I think that the perspective people had put on me as, oh, all you can be is this, like, I wasn't deeper than that. I think it kind of got embedded in me.
Okay.
And then I think as I grew and got older, I was like, I don't care what anyone thinks. I know I can do this. So I tried. I started in theater. I took acting classes, I took speech classes, and then I just started doing off-Broadway shows around New York. And then eventually, through doing that, I built confidence to go out for actual auditions for films and TV and everything like that. So.
Nice. What was the first theater job that you had?
So I do a lot of theater, like at the Producers Club on 42nd, and also at the Alpha NYC Theater Company. Okay. And I did this thing called the Tayo Women's Festival. That was the first theater thing I ever did. And basically, it's a bunch of unknown playwrights, and they have a bunch of short plays, and then they end up having a whole festival of a full female cast performing them. So it's like a whole huge like female empowerment type of show.
That's dope.
So I did that twice actually, and I loved it because, you know, number one, I met like a lot of great friends and connections, because literally I was working with like 30 actors.
Wow.
And so I met like a lot of people, and on top of it, like, it taught me as an actress a lot of new things, like how to perform, and, you know, you work off each other. So that was the first thing I ever did, and then from there I just did a lot of different ones.
How was the response? Like, to finally be able to get to that point and work with such a, seems like it was a talented ensemble, very diverse. Like, how did it feel, like the response from the audience? How did that feel?
It was great, especially because I was really proud of myself that I'm like, oh, I'm doing theater. And it was like one after another. Like I would perform, and then that same director was having another show maybe a month later, and I'd audition for them again, and then pretty soon I wouldn't have to audition anymore. And I was building my name up, you know, even though it is off Broadway.
It's still important though.
It's still
look,
important.
it's like the farm league to Broadway. Like, let's see who's down there doing their thing, and then we can bring up to the next level.
It's a process. I tell people that all the time because I'm basically new in the industry.
Okay.
And people all the time tell me, like, why aren't you doing like a giant Marvel movie yet? And I'm like, first of all, because, you know, everyone admires like Will Smith and all these people, but they don't realize that it's a journey. You don't just wake up and become like an A-lister.
You don't wake up and be like Stormi Maya in the Avengers.
Like,
but it's coming though, it's coming.
It's coming, but it's a process. You have to earn your stripes. There's people who literally have been busting their butts for years, and then they just get it. Like, look at Tiffany Haddish. Like, it took her years. And even with Kevin Hart and all these other people.
There's levels to it.
Yeah, that's why most people don't make it to like their late 20s or their early 30s. I mean, of course, depending on your life, you can make it a lot sooner, but it is a process. Like even the show like Orange is the New Black, half those people have been working for like 20 years, 10, 15 years, and people are just now learning who they are. And so that's why I try to tell people, I'm like, it's a process. But see, I have been offered the easy route. I've been offered like, just go on a reality show and, you know, you could just get seen real quick or something like that, or some type of scandal. But see, I literally want to be known for my talent.
For your talent.
And as an actress, because I want people to be like, Stormi Maya, oh, the actress from this movie. Not, oh, she's dating that basketball player. Oh, she hit some girl on this show. Like, no.
She threw a glass of wine, you don't want that.
But there's paths, like I said, like I never look down on anybody and how they do things. It's just what I personally would like for me. I'm looking for longevity. I'm looking to be in the game for.
You want some mileage out of this thing.
Exactly. Like one of those actresses, I want to be like, okay, she started in her early 20s and she's still going at 40 years old. Like, yeah, that's what I want.
That's dope. Now, who do you look at as, you know, an example of, hey, I want to be able to work as long as I want to do those type of roles? Who do you look at as like a mentor, a silent mentor?
Well, of course you have like Viola Davis. And,
amazing. Viola Davis is amazing.
And you have all these women that they really are talented, and it took the world forever to notice their talent. And the thing about me that I'm trying to do different though from these women, like they're very talented and everything, but that's why I'm working so hard on my brand, just so I can speed up the process more. I want to match that talent though. See, for me, I'm more of a talent person.
Right.
So I'd rather be known for, oh, she's a good actress than just, oh, she's hot and she was in a movie.
Right.
Because
it's a difference.
I want to have both. I mean, I feel like people make you decide. Like, do you want to be the hot chick that has no talent, or do you want to be like they're super talented Meryl Streep type of actress?
Right.
But I want to be both.
You want to be both. You want the audience to feel, all right, she's hot, but you want the directors and producers to be like,
Rosario
she's talented.
Dawson.
Rosario, that's my
hot.
girl. Shout out to Rosario. What's up, sis?
She's hot and she's talented.
Yeah.
See, I want to be both. I don't want to choose. But a lot of times society will tell you to choose. Like, you can't be attractive and intelligent. You can't be this and that.
Yeah, we can do it. You can do all of that. You can do all of that. And you will. And that's dope. That's really dope.
Pam Grier.
Ooh.
I love Pam Grier. I love her so much because she's, you know, I love about her. The same thing with the show I just did. She's Gotta Have It.
We're gonna talk about that.
Oh, I'll go back to it later. But Pam Grier, like the reason I love her is because she represents like Black feminism, which is completely different from regular feminism. And people think that, oh, it's the same, but it's not. Because there's certain challenges and struggles Black women specifically go through that women who aren't of color don't. And like, we are a lot more penalized for our sexuality than other women are, especially because you can be the most modest conservative woman ever and you're still seen that way. And we're less forgiven for our sexuality. Like, we're hoes and sluts and baby mamas forever. You know, we're never forgiven for our slip-ups or for just embracing our sexuality. So I love Pam Grier because she really like owned it and was like, listen, if you don't like it, then bye. But that's what I love, because I believe that women, whether you find empowerment through sexuality or modesty, it should be respected. Because I'm very comfortable with myself, but I also respect women that think that it's better to cover up. But I don't like when women want to lash at someone else for what they choose.
For what they choose to do.
Yeah.
No, that's important. I think you have to be comfortable in your skin for what it is that you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish on your journey, because your journey is yours, and you can't really impose your will on somebody else or what they want to do. So I think that's a super great point. Now that you've segued into the She's Gotta Have It, you're gonna be on the next season of Spike Lee's She's Gotta Have It. How did you land a role, and are you excited about this? Because I like the show. I love the movie, but the show last season was pretty dope, and I'm excited about where they might be going with it. But how did you get it, and can you give us a hint to who you're playing and what you might be doing? And if, all right, gotta check this out.
So basically, I had a new agency I just started working with a couple months ago, and they were like, I have an audition for you. And so I saw the role was for this role. The girl's name is Jennifer Clemente, and she's like a hood rat, loud Puerto Rican girl from the Bronx. And I was like, I want that. I want it, right? So I really like attached myself to the role. I even like was watching Rosie Perez videos for 2 days straight because I wanted to get the accent down,
right,
because I can bring out a really strong New Yorican accent, but see, I gotta kind of hear it, and no one really talks like with the slang as much anymore. Even though I wasn't gonna try to replicate it, I was just trying to kind of have a little bit of it in my back of my throat. So I practiced that, and I kind of just developed my character, and I went in, and it was with Kim Coleman. And then I got a call back, and it was with Spike Lee and her. And so when I went into the room, it was like me and like 4 Puerto Rican girls, and they all had like straight black hair. And I came in with an afro, and all the girls are looking at me like, what's this girl got an afro? Like, what's going on?
Just out of context, like, how many Puerto Rican girls do you see with an afro?
They used to. I mean, nobody really wears an afro anymore, but they should. But I went in and I auditioned, and I didn't think much of it.
Right.
Because I audition like 4 or 5 times a week. And so you kind of just do it, you let it go.
And don't really get married to it. You just in and out and
you
try to.
I used to like get really attached to things, but there's so many things that are involved in you getting the role, so you really can't. You're not in control of it, so you have to let go of things you can't control. So when
let go of things that you cannot control. Let the universe handle that. All right, Stormi, go ahead, finish.
Yes, see? We're on the same page. Do I have any hair on my face?
No, you're good, sister.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So anyway, I got a call from my agency that I was supposed to go to a table reading like a week later. I was like, okay. Like I wasn't sure yet if I had the role though. And I was like, so I went in, I was there for like 3 hours, like, you know, rehearsing and stuff. So I'm like, do I have a role yet? Like, no one officially said I have it.
Right.
So as time went on, I was like, okay, I got it. And I was like, but I was always paranoid, like, okay, what if they take it away from me? Or because I just got super into it. I was like, oh my God, this is mine.
Right. Kind of started owning it.
Exactly. And so once I was like, okay, I got booked for an actual time to film, I was like, okay, I'm in there.
That's dope.
And I'm a reoccurring character, so the good thing about that is, you know, I'm gonna come and go at any time. So depending on the writer's mood, I could just
pop up at any point in time.
Exactly. That's the exciting part.
That's dope.
So
congratulations
thank
on
you.
that. That's dope.
So I'm playing I'm like Mars. I'm like his little thottie, I like to call it.
Okay.
Because I'm not his official girlfriend. I'm a girl who's like, you know, taking on a date and stuff.
Right, because
like,
he's still like Lola too, so.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't like to say girlfriend, and then, you know, so.
His boo thing then.
Boo thing.
His little boo thing, yeah.
And it was great because the whole cast like really embraced me, and they really took me in, because the first time we had rehearsal, they all invited me to go out to eat with them, and we all did, we talked. And then they had the Prince event that was like a week later after I got cast, and I went and everyone was like, oh, what's up? And then I talked to some of them occasionally. And even at the rap party we had, you know, I saw everyone there. And
that's dope.
And then during filming, it was like so much fun, because between filming and stuff like that, we would just like all sit and talk and joke around, and everyone's just super friendly. And I'm gonna be honest, it was like the first time I ever worked like among so many actors of color, especially super talented actors. Because I always feel like I'm a token, like I'm around and I'm like the one that stands out. And I'm just like, you know, feeling a little bit uncomfortable
Right.
just because I feel like everyone's kind of looking at me.
But this one, you
And
felt comfortable.
I felt like family because everyone understood each other. It was like all Latin and everyone's like Latino or black or mixed or whatever. And it just made me feel comfortable because it's like, oh, I'm around like my people type of vibe.
That's
And
dope.
I really felt comfortable with it versus, you know, a lot of other things I've done. But in general, I really was honored to work with Spike Lee. And I was just like,
How was it working with Spike?
It was like, he's very serious. So it made me a little bit, like, I got like a little scared because I'm like a big independent actress. So I do like a lot of indie movies.
Okay.
And so usually with those productions, it's more like you have time one-on-one with directors and producers.
Okay. This one.
No, it's
Chop,
like,
chop,
it's
chop.
more, yeah, it's more business.
Intense.
So I got a little bit nervous because I'm just like, I don't know, like, does he like what I'm doing? Does he not like what I'm doing? Like, does he like me?
Wow.
Does he hate me? Because it's hard to read because he's working with so many actors.
Right.
Like that day we had like 100 extras and then our principal actors. And it's like he doesn't obviously have time to go and tell each one, like, I like you, I don't like what
Right.
you're doing. So
His mind is probably moving a mile at 100 miles a minute,
exactly.
too.
So it just was like it was new for me to work in an environment where he's just like, he trusts you to be a good actor.
Right.
So literally that's why I think for these big productions, they try to hire the best they can.
That's where the talent comes in. That's what you've been working on.
Yeah.
So it's no surprise that you got it and you are on your way. Let's talk about your branding. You got some things coming out. The website is popping.
Okay.
Let's talk about that. For people that don't understand it, Stormi Maya has some product for you, some merch. You gotta be on the lookout for it. Her branding is incredible. Talk about that. Let the people know what you're doing.
Okay, well, I've been big into branding for a while, kind of getting my name out there. And, you know, besides the talent and besides the actual work I do, I want to have my name be known and have people, like, have my fan base be strong. And so I have my website, thestormymaya.com, where I'm doing a new blog, so I'm gonna update everything. And I just have all my information, so my acting stuff, my modeling stuff, and now I have merchandise I'm developing. It's like t-shirts and like hoodies with me on it, but they're really creative.
So
And I'm a photographer and I also edit and I do the styling for it. So I'm doing these like really cute photo shoots with myself. And the reason I'm doing it with myself is because I want to have rights to everything I do.
right.
Because even if you do a photo shoot with someone and you pay them, it doesn't mean
They
that
have access to the images just as much as you
exactly
have access to it.
Unless you get them to sign a release that says they give away all the rights to you. But I like to own my stuff because especially I'm gonna be making money off of it. So that's why I started shooting myself like about a year ago. And so for these shirts and stuff I'm doing, my merchandise, I'm shooting them as well so that nobody can say that they own a piece of my pie.
That girl's about her business.
Yeah, I do everything. I do filmmaking, I write, I've directed for theater and
Dope.
for film.
Dope.
So I kind of dabble in all the arts. Just, you know, longevity.
Longevity.
Yes.
Listen, there's another mogul in the making. His sister doing her thing. Where can
Yep.
people follow you? Where can they find you? And where can they get the merchandise if those are interested in grabbing a t-shirt or hood? You got to come out with the line for the dudes.
Oh,
though.
and it's
You gotta
cheap,
get
and it's for guys.
Oh, it's for guys too?
No, it's for guys. I mean,
Oh.
women can, no, it's like, you ever seen, like, you know, like Popular Demand, or like, you know, like in Jimmy Jazz and stuff,
Yeah.
they have the shirts with like the sexy girl on
Yeah.
it. It's like that for men.
Yeah, listen.
I mean, women can wear it too, but it's marketed towards
then
men.
we're gonna get. I need a hoodie then.
Yeah,
we
it's
yeah.
gonna be pictures of me on stuff. So it's gonna be like, yeah, I should call it aphrodisiac. Aphrodisiac.
You heard it here
Ooh,
first.
Aphrodisiac.
You heard it here first, right here.
And basically, thestormymaya.com has everything on there,
Okay.
merchandise and all my updates. But whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, Stormi Maya is me. Okay, if it has less than like 10,000 followers on any page, it's
not.
not me because I have some fake pages.
You got fake pages popping up. It means you're on your way.
I have a lot of them, and people fall for it, and I feel bad. But it's like fake pages have like 200 followers, and so I'm like, why would you think that was me? Do I look like I would have 200 followers?
She's not playing. There's no games here. Listen, like her, follow her, go on stormymaya.com, get some merch, support this young lady. Catch her on the new season. She's got to have it coming up Netflix, you don't want to miss it. I'm gonna be checking out because I got to check out my man Mars and I got to check out my girl Lola. Stormi Maya, this is 50, The Winner Circle. It's your boy June Archer. Peace.